Today we're relaxing by the lake with Sheila, a QHS member whose life journey is as refreshing and inspiring as a day spent by the water. But what currents guided her to where she is today? Let's take a peaceful stroll through her story and see what's been happening behind the scenes.
My name's Sheila, and this is my prequel. I grew up, I was born in Canton, Illinois, West Central Illinois. We grew up, my sister and I, and my family were poor, but I didn't realize that until later in life, because we didn't have running water, and stuff like that. But I still had a happy childhood. My parents had a huge garden. My mom canned, my dad fished and he hunted and everything. So I remember when I got in school, I was afraid to flush the toilets at school. I was afraid of them because we didn't have that, So, and sometimes I would get in trouble for that. But anyway, so we did get running water when I was in second grade. But so I basically feel like I had a happy childhood until about junior high, early high school. My parents started having problems. My dad drank too much. And he would be out all night, come home, and Mom would have to take us in the middle of the night down to my grandmother's, So they ended up divorcing when I was a junior in high school then. So, but my sister and I just have one sister. Her and I are very close. And, I always said I was never getting married, but I did. So I got married when I was 28, though. And so I kind of had some health issues early on in my life as a teenager, having a lot of pelvic pain. It would just hit me out of the blue. They would think I had appendicitis, and nothing was ever found. And then when I was probably 30 or 32, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. So that explains a lot, there. So I had surgery for that. Laparoscopy first to determine what was going on. And then I had surgery. He was going to remove an ovary and fallopian tube. Then he got in there and just decided not to. He just freed up the adhesions because everything was adhered down. So the chances of me having children were kind of slim, is what I was told. So anyway, I did have children. So he put me on a male hormone for several months to dry up any endometrial implants that may have been left. And so then I did have a daughter then. And I was 34 when I had her. And then I've had 3 miscarriages, but I have 2 daughters. So I have 5 pregnancies altogether. But very blessed to have my 2 beautiful girls, and they're 33 and 36 right now. And I have 2 grandchildren. I have a grandson who's 10, and I have a granddaughter who's 3.5, which I babysit her on Thursdays usually, or some day during the week usually. But my grandson lives in Oklahoma City, so we don't get to see them very often. But I graduated from high school. I went to just a 4-year college for a year. Didn't know what I wanted to do. I mean, I did, but I didn't want to go. I wanted to be a dental hygienist. And, but I didn't want to go far away from home. So I just went to this 4-year college for a year. And then my mom discovered that in a junior college near us, there was a program for dental hygiene. So I signed up and got in, went through that. And so I'm still doing dental hygiene 49 years later. I'm basically retired. I only work 2 days a month right now. The office that I worked in, he closed that office. So offered me to work Wednesdays, and I decided to retire. But then his hygienist didn't want to work all the Wednesdays, so we split them. So that's how I ended up working 2 days a month. So, but it's an hour-and-a-half drive, so a long drive to get there, but he's paying me for the travel time, so that's worth it. So anyway, as far as the health issues, I ended up having a hysterectomy when I was 34, went on hormone replacement, And after 5 years of that, I ended up with a breast tumor that was removed. It was not malignant, so I'm very blessed there. And I've had a parathyroid gland removed, and in the process of that, he removed a nodule on my thyroid. And I've had my gallbladder removed. Yeah, so I've had some things removed. So I've had my share of surgeries and stuff, but so yes, I have Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune. I have what's called oral lichen planus that was diagnosed through biopsy. It's affects the tissues in your mouth, and so I would like, after QArc, I would like for those things to be gone. That would be nice. I also have the MTHFR gene mutation. I have 1 out of 2 possible there, so I'm sure that's caused me some. So things that I would like corrected: the autoimmune issues, Hashimoto's, oral lichen planus. 2 years ago, I had a vitreous detachment in my right eye, so it's left me with a big floater. I would like that gone. I was diagnosed recently with gout. I have a lot of pain in my joints still. It just varies. I would like that gone. I have a lot of spider veins in my legs. I would like those gone. And then broken capillaries in my cheeks. Those are the things that I would like to be gone after. But I will say that using the devices, I have a V6 and a V9, and I got my first V6 in November of 23. And then I use the touch. I am off of one of my blood pressure medicines, and my thyroid medicine I take compounded now, and it's been reduced from the T3 is down to 110 now. I think I started at 145, so it's been lowered quite a bit. So then I'm getting it checked in 3 months again. So those are some good things that you can tell by blood tests that are improved. Yeah. So that's about all I can think of.
Join us on the Prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.